Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Good evening. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right. All right. Please have a seat. Thank you so much. What a wonderful introduction. I'm telling you, that was one of the best. I mean, your joke was off, but I did dare him. I said, I dare you to go up there and say, what do you call a guy with no arms, no legs in the ocean? Bob, on the doorstep. Matt, on the wall. Art, here today, Travis Mills. But he didn't do it. More importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I do this a lot, and I'm kind of nervous, so I hope I don't bomb this. Because the last time. No, I don't get nervous anymore. I don't even have sweaty palms. Where does he come up with this stuff? So, I'm thankful to be here tonight. Why I'm here, how I got here, I'll explain a little bit later in the slides. But we're going to talk about politics and religion and finances. It's going to be the greatest. Just kidding. Check it out. I open my speech the same way every time. The first three opening lines, or statements, if you will. The first statement, there's two things about me up front you need to know. One, I'm awesome. And then two, I'm humble. In that order. This only works if you guys laugh at my jokes. I don't care if it's simply laughter. Feel bad, I got no arms and legs. The next thing. Now, I've got to shake a lot of your hands, so you're going to be upset about this, but I'm going to tell you a secret about myself. I'm going to just let you guys in on a little something that not everybody knows. I want you guys to be a personal friend of mine, so I'm going to tell you something personal about myself. I don't wash my hands after I use the bathroom. So, I wash my hand. You see what I... And now the third thing, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You guys have noticed it by looking at me. Let's just get it out there in the open and address it. My nipples stick out of my shirt. There's nothing I can do about it. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I like to tell jokes to disarm the situation. Oh, knee slapper if you got them. But then... Let's dive right in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen, you're going to see my beautiful wife, Kelsey, and my daughter, Chloe. When it comes down to it, I got the best wife in the world. 100%, hands down or off, whatever. Best wife ever. Because when we had our daughter, we were like, what should we name her? We were thinking Madison, or we were thinking Avery or something. And my wife, Kelsey, looks at me and said, Travis, we got to name her Chloe Lynn, don't we? I said, well, we don't have to. And she's like, but your ex-girlfriend's name already tattooed on your arm, and there's nothing we can do about it. That's a joke. That's not true. No, my ex-girlfriend's name's the devil. We'll talk about her a little bit later. So this is Staff Sergeant Travis Mills of the 82nd Airborne Division. I'm E6 in the military. I jump out of airplanes. I kick bad guys in the face, and I have a great life. I got a house, the wife, the kid. Everything is just perfect. But why start the story there? Let's back it up a little bit. Okay, I'm from a very small town. Is anybody here, by chance, from Ohio? All right, OH? Not loud enough. OH? Sucks. I'm from Michigan. Thank you. And I just got a few questions for you Ohioans. And preschool or kindergarten, when you were in the class, did the teacher just know you guys weren't going to be able to get it? And just split the room right in half and say, look, you guys just focus on OH. And you guys just focus on IO. It's a 4-letter word, guys. It's not that hard, but I get it. You're at disadvantage being from there. More importantly, I know there's been more presidents from Ohio than anywhere else because they had it so rough growing up, they want to change the world. There in West Virginia, pretty embarrassing. But anyways, back to being from Michigan, how it's awesome and Ohio sucks. So on the top left of the screen is my mom and dad's favorite day in their entire lives. That's April 14th, 1987, when their favorite child was born. Me. Now, you can see in the pictures, I have 2 other siblings. I have an older sister and a younger brother. Let me tell you what happened. They had my sister first. And my mom and dad in the operating room, and she came out, they went, crap, not what we wanted. Back to the drawing board. They had me, perfection. That's all they could say. As they held me up, and the light hit me just right. They said, perfection. Then they got cocky. They thought they could duplicate me. So they had the secret serum, or they thought they did. And they had my little brother. When he came out, oh, they almost named him Daisy. For whoops-a-daisy, shouldn't have done that. Anyways, from a very small town, Vassar, Michigan, have a great life growing up. In high school, I did a lot of things called sports. Yeah, I played football and basketball and baseball. I did some track and powerlifting. My studying, I just didn't really do it. But it's okay, because I like to live in the past every now and then. I had arms and legs, things were good. And like a lot of you in this room, like Doug Romero, even though it's Romeo. Where you at, Doug? We peaked in high school, did we not? The best, they know it. The best days are behind us, bud, and it's okay. So let's go ahead and take a walk on the wild side. Let's go revisit my past. I was a linebacker, number 5. I would make tackles, and I'd say things very hurtful, like, your mom and dad never wanted you, things like that. And also, I would run touchdowns. Like this guy, is he gonna? Not a chance. Little wink to the cheerleader. Hey, what's going on? Great job cheering. He was the best cheerleader on the squad, though, so you had to really give him props. That one didn't land so well. You guys got to catch up with my jokes. So anyways, I played high school football, baseball, and basketball. After high school, I had the option to play football or baseball. All right, I went with football. Went to a small community college, thinking I would start, because it's a 2-year program. Well, every 30-year-old still trying to be in the NFL goes there, so losers. But anyways, I was there. And while I was there, the season was ending, and the baseball coach was like, hey, I got your scouting report. You're a first-team, all-state catcher. How come you're not playing baseball? I said, well, I was going to play football. He said, well, you should come play baseball. I was like, oh, that sounds great. So I called back home and told my girlfriend at the time, and she was like, yeah, but you should move home. I was like, why would I do that? And she said, because I love you. I went, oh, light bulb, okay. So I went to my baseball coach, and I said, look, I would love to do this, but I got to move home 2.5 hours for my girlfriend because she loves me. And he said, that's stupid. And I looked at that man dead in his eye sockets, and I said, you're stupid. And I went home. And then I met her boyfriend, Colin. Yeah. So when I look back at my life, I'm like, how'd this all happen? How'd I lose my arms and legs? It's her fault. Yeah, she's an awful person. You can tell her I said that too. So anyways, I'm at home. She's got a boyfriend I didn't know about. Awkward. So I go to the recruiting station, and I went to my mom said, you need to go to the Air Force, Travis. You need to go, they're the smartest ones. Am I right? Am I right, Doug? Smartest ones. And I went there and knocked on the door, and they weren't there. And I was like, well, that's weird. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I waited. The next day I came back, knocked again, still weren't there. The third time I realized they don't even work or do anything. So I didn't want to be a part of that lazy bunch. I went down the hall, and there was a Coast Guard and the Navy, and I was like, no. And then I went to the Marines. Yeah, I went to this big, bald-headed, barrel-chested, 6-foot-tall man. I walk in, he's like, you want to join the Marines? I'm like, maybe, bro. I don't know. He's like, yeah, you do. I said, well, tell me about it. I said, can I be an electrician? Well, you can't pick your job. You get a career field. I'm like, what's that mean? He's like, well, you sign up with us, and then we tell you what you're going to do instead of you picking it. You just sign your life away. And I was like, well, that sounds okay. Well, we'll see. So I went to the Army office, and the guy's like, you want to join the Army? I said, maybe. He said, well, check this out. Yeah, that's what I said. I walk in, they show me an airborne infantry video, and they said, you picked this job, $24,000 signing bonus. I didn't sign right away. No, I'm way smarter than that. I went back to that Marine. What's your signing bonus? Honor, duty, respect. I'm like, no. No, like I want that. Right? But that poster is on that wall over there in the next office with the same saying, just different, outfits. And I said, what's your signing bonus? We don't get a signing bonus. What idiot would join that branch of service? I heard it. Marines, I'll slow it down so you guys can understand me. Put the crayons down. So anyways, you mouth breathers, check it out. I didn't go with the Marines. I went to the Army, $24,000. You know where that money's at today? Me neither. I don't know. So I went to the Army, I went to basic training, had a great time. They were super fun, super nice to me all the time. Went to airborne school, jumped out of airplanes, learned that, and then I went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, home of the 82nd Airborne Division. And while I was there, they said, guess what? You get to go to Afghanistan. Yes. 15-month deployment, I go overseas. I'm trying to mend a broken heart, so I'm just crushing the weights, you know what I mean? This she-devil ripped it out and stomped on it, so I'm just hammering the weights. I got supplements from Germany. Get at it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm taking these supplements, steroids, and I'm feeling pretty awesome, you know, Superman-ish. And I got a medic over there who's a friend of mine. His name's Josh Buck, wonderful guy. And we're good friends. We go eat dinner together and lunch and breakfast, and we hang out. And he goes home in September of 2007 to watch his first daughter be born. Well, he's home, you know, I get a friend request, and this picture pops up. I'm like, oof, that's a dating site. I don't know that girl. But I saw the last name, and it matched my medic's, and Super Sleuth Trav. Found out that's his little sister. Yeah. She's 18 and in college, and there's one thing in life I love to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I love to antagonize people. Yeah. Like, when I got blown up and I was in the hospital, I said, Mom, why'd this happen? And she's like, you know, karma. What the hell? Yeah. But no one takes my mom serious. She's like an alcoholic. But don't feel bad. I mean, because she doesn't drink all the time. Like, eventually she'll pass out. She hates that joke, by the way. I was on stage in front of 800 people in Miami, and I flew her and my dad in, and I told that joke in front of everybody. She was so mad. Holding a margarita, you know. But my mom's sweet. She doesn't drink too much, you know. But anyway, so I hit accept, start talking to this girl I've never met before. She's in Dallas, Texas. Oh, yeah, from Frisco. Never met her. We start chit-chatting. It's really going well. My medic gets back. He wants to kill me, which isn't good when the doctor on the team wants to kill you. But we hit it off. And I said, you know, I'm coming home for 18 days. I've been here 11 and a half months. I get 18 days off. You want to go on vacation? She said, yeah, I do. I said, well, let's go to Mexico. She said, okay, sure. Now, remember, I'm 20 in Afghanistan, possibly taking supplements. And she's 18 in college. I've never met her before, living at home with her parents. Yeah, I show up on the doorstep. Her dad answers the door, you know, looks up at me, knees trembling. I'm like, I'm not going to hurt you, bud. Don't worry. He's like, thank you, sir. And that literally never happened. So it's probably time right now. I do travel with my good friend here. What Craig Buck told Sylvester Stallone is that he's my best friend. So that's my father-in-law. Thanks for not killing me, Craig. Appreciate it. That's my right-hand man, Craig Buck, and I just wanted to publicly say thanks for not killing me. So I get to Texas. We go to Mexico. We go back to Michigan. You know, we go a whole week in Mexico, a whole week in Michigan, back overseas to Afghanistan I go. On the way back to Afghanistan, I get held up in Atlanta. So I called Kelsey up because she went home. I said, hey, I'm in Atlanta for the night. You want to fly back to Atlanta? She goes, absolutely. You guys starting to see where $24,000 is going, right? She flies back to the ATL. We hang out the next morning. She's leaving. Or I'm leaving, one of the two. And she's crying. I mean, crocodile tears coming down her face. Such a sad sight. And she's like, I love you, you know? And I'm like, I'm no dummy. I love you too, right? That sounds like the right thing to say in this situation. That's what you do, is you say that in this situation. And then she says, I want to marry you. I mean, it was more like in between stops, like, I want to marry you, you know? And I'm like, oh, I want to marry you too, you know? And she's like, okay, that's good. So she turns around. I'm strutting my stuff. Casanova over here, chest puffed out, get on the airplane, fly back to Afghanistan thinking I just nailed this verbal jiu-jitsu. 24 hours later, I'm back in Afghanistan. I give her a call. Hey, babe, what's up? She says, guess what? I'm like, I don't know what. The wedding's planned. Oh, no. Okay. Are you sure? Oh. So Zales.com, here I come. I buy the ring, ask her if she wants to get married. We decided to get married. You can click it, Craig. So then, there was Mexico. There's our wedding. We got out of our wedding back to Fort Bragg. I bought a dog. Best dog in the world. Everybody always asks me. I'm going to answer this question for you. Hey, Travis, you got one of them service dogs? No. I got a 9-year-old yellow lab. He listens just as good. What I do is I do this. I say, buddy, sit when you want. Eventually, he'll sit. Stop barking when you feel like it, you know? Get over here, we're done doing that. I love my dog so much I put a visible fence up. So now I throw the ball over the fence when he makes me mad, you know what I mean? I can't throw. I'm totally kidding. I have a pitching machine for that. So anyways, I got to go on another deployment. I go for a year-long deployment this time. Now, my first deployment, I worked for a colonel. It was pretty fun. Lifted weights every day, went out every day, came back, had hot food most of the time. The second deployment was completely different. So the second deployment, I lived on top of a mountain for 50 days, and then I came back in to the FOB, then went back out. I took 4 showers in 1 year, not by choice. Now it's by choice. So good for your complexion. Look at it. I haven't showered in months. But anyways, I was overseas there, a lot of firefights, a lot of stuff like that, and then I came home, and on the way back home, I gave my wife a call. I said, hey, Kels, what's going on? She said, guess what? Alarm went off. Oh, crap, this is never good. She said, I bought a house today. What? How'd you buy a house? Well, you actually bought the house. Power of attorney. It's a real thing. So I bought a house. No, I bought a house. 4 months after that, I found out we were going to be pregnant. My wife was pregnant for 9 months, and then my daughter came in September. She's awesome. Her name's Chloe. But I had a deployment coming up. I had to go back overseas. And I knew that because I had orders in Fort Hood, Texas, and I didn't want to go. I canceled them so I can go back overseas with the guys that I trained up with that believed in me. They came from all across the nation, from anywhere from California, Maine, Tennessee, all these guys. And I said, I got to go over with them. And my wife understood it. So we went overseas. First day, firefight. Second day, firefight. Third day, firefight. There's a little bit of a pattern here. It was a hot zone. It was fun, as bad as that sounds. And everything was, it was a hot zone, but everything was going good. Well, on April 10th, we got a phone call. Hey, there's some IEDs in the village. Can you come check them out? So we did what we normally do. We strapped our stuff on. We went out on a patrol. The guy in front of me with the minesweeper went up and down the bank, not once but twice. Nothing alarmed us. I took my backpack off, set my bag on the ground. When the bag hit the ground, underneath it was a bomb. The bomb went off. It immediately ripped off my right arm, right leg. It disintegrated the pieces. It never found my right side of my body, basically, my right limbs. The left side, the bomb snapped my left femur, or my knee joint, right in half, and it was hanging down by my thigh. My left arm was blown out at the wrist pretty bad, but I could still use my thumb, index finger, and middle finger, and the other 2 fingers were just mangled. So I hit the ground left side of my face. I rolled over. I saw the aftermath, and I went, oh, that's not good, And I hit my microphone on my chest. I said, hey, 6, this is 4. I just hit a bomb. I need your medic with mine. I got guys injured. My medic, Doc Bateson, came to me. He was a couple feet behind me when it went off. And he started to work on me. I said, Doc, you're not going to save me. Don't worry about it. I wasn't suicidal. I wasn't hoping to die. I didn't, I just realized, you know what? I've had a lot of friends that have died from what I would presume to be a worse injury. So I didn't think there was anything left for me to do. Except for just tell him it's okay. Don't worry about it. He worked on me. I'm trying to fight him off. Get away from me, And then my platoon sergeant worked on the other side, and they got tourniquets on me in 20 seconds. Then the other medic came up. He fixed the 2 guys, Brandon and Ryan, that were hurt, and then he came and helped out with Daniel Bateson, my medic, and Alex and Daniel worked on me. They got me stable, got me on a helicopter. I went for a helicopter ride, got to the hospital, rushed me into emergency surgery. There was 14 doctors and 7 nurses that worked on me 9 doctors and 7 nurses that worked on me for 14 hours. They went ahead and started to undress me after they knocked me out. And when they knocked me out, because I was still conscious, I was trying to fight them off. Like, get away from me, I'm fine, leave me alone. And they knocked me out. They pulled my pants off, my left leg came with it. There was nothing really to save. So I was a triple amputee on April 10th. Like I said, 9 doctors and 7 nurses for 14 hours worked on me. Over 30 blood transfusions. People were rushing to donate A positive and universal blood from them right to me, from their veins to mine. When they could have loosened 1 tourniquet and let me just fade out and go. But anyways, they worked on me. My brother-in-law flew in from his outlying FOB. We're still really great friends. He's not too mad I married his sister. Now we've been married 9 years. He's okay with it. And he made it to the hospital. And then they got me out of surgery. I flew to Bagram from Kandahar in Bagram, Afghanistan. They took me into surgery. My skin on my arm had necrotized. Nothing they could do about it. Skin died. So they cut my left hand off. I became a quadruple amputee on the 12th of April. 2 days later in Landstuhl, Germany, they woke me up for the very first time. And Josh, my brother-in-law, was in the room with me. So when I woke up, the first thing I said, my soldiers, how are my soldiers? First thing on my mind, my guys. And he said, Brandon's here, Ryan's there, this is their injury, they're going to be okay. Next thing I said, am I paralyzed? He said, no. And I looked at him and said, Josh, you don't got to lie to me. I can't put my fingers and toes. I can take it. Am I paralyzed? He said, no, you're not paralyzed, Travis. You just don't have them anymore. So I didn't talk to anybody for like 3 hours. Not the doctors, not him, anybody. Because in my head, I'm like, Why did this happen? Am I a bad person? Does God hate me? Did I do something wrong in life? And am I going to be a burden on my wife? Why would I live through this? All these questions. And he said, you got to call your parents, and you got to call your wife. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. Well, I couldn't really fight him off. He called my mom and dad. I said, hey, what's up? Fine, love you, bye. Before I could hang up, my mom said, hey, Travis, happy birthday. Because by the 14th was my 25th birthday that I found out this had happened. Called my wife, same thing. Hey, what's up? Fine, love you, bye. Didn't want to deal with it. 3 days later, I arrive at Walter Reed. They wheel me in, and they tell my wife, as she comes up to see me, it's not this Kodak moment you guys would probably envision, the one you're going to see on the motion picture. Maybe you'll see this. I don't know what version they're going to tell. But anyway, she comes up, and they say, Mrs. Mills, he's bleeding out of his right leg. You got to sign this paper. We got to cut 2 inches off his right side, or he'll bleed out and die. And she's like, oh, pull the plug. It's cool. I don't want to deal with this. Just kidding. She signed the paper. The next day in the room on the 18th, I've had 4 days now to kind of think about everything in between my consciousness and medicated state. And she came in. I said, Kelsey, look, I appreciate you being here. Like I do. I love you for it. But we had a 6-month-old at the time. I said, you need to take Chloe and yourself and go. The house in North Carolina, it's yours. Sell it, whatever you need to do. The cars, the money in the account, everything's yours. Financially, I will do whatever I can to take care of whatever you need, but this is not the life that you would choose or want to be a part of. So why don't you just go? It's okay, I understand. And she was like, I've thought about that. But handicap parking, I'm going to stay. Just kidding. No, she was like, that's not how this works. We're going to get through this together. So now I can travel the nation. I do this quite a bit. I just came from San Antonio. I spoke to USAA this morning. I'm in DC and Detroit next week. But this time, tonight, I'm with you. And what I'm going to talk about is how I got better and how my life is and how I look at things. And we're going to talk about my motivation, what motivated me, goal setting, what goals I set to get where I am. Talk about healthcare technology, how this stuff all works. What? And then we're talking about perspective and how I look at life. So the first thing, motivation, right? I had to get motivated. Well, my wife's going to stay with me. So right there, I'm already motivated to get better for her. But my daughter comes in the room, and I'm thinking she's going to be scared, upset, angry, or not angry, but scared and upset, think her dad's a monster. And she gets laid on my chest. That's the first time I saw her. And she starts giggling, smiling, and laughing and playing. And I'm like, how is this kid not, scared? I got tubes out of my arms, wound vac machines, PICC line out of my neck, stickies on my chest. And then it dawns on me. It just hits me. I look like every single toy she's ever been given. Short arms, short legs, fuzzy chest. I'm a teddy bear, I know. But for those two, I'm going to get better. But how am I going to do it? Well, I came out of a ketamine-induced coma, which made me hallucinate like crazy. Like I was with Ovechkin, scoring goals, anything on TV. Genghis Khan and me were fighting one day. I mean, someone was watching History Channel, it had to have been. But this guy walks into my room, right? And he's got no arms and legs. I'm like, oh, here we go, another hallucination. This ketamine is some wild stuff. First thing out of this guy's mouth, he says, hey, man, welcome to the club. Looked at him and said, I don't want to be in your club. I said, kind of late now, don't you think? Oh, you got me there. This is retired Corporal Todd Nicely from the Marine Corps. He was the second ever quadruple amputee. I'm the fourth. And he reassured me. He said, look, you're going to be fine. Life's going to go on. He said, I walk, I drive, I live in Missouri with my wife. I have a boat I take out, and I'm okay. You're going to be fine. He said, matter of fact, tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, I'll work out with you if you can work out. I said, okay, cool, I'll work out with you. But when I saw that he could do it, I knew I could do it. So the next day, my doctor comes in the morning. I say, hey, doc, I got to work out with Todd Nicely today. He said, you can't work out. I said, it's cute, like you think you have a choice. Like, you must not heard me. I'm going to work out with Todd Nicely today. Because I went from 250 pounds at the time to 140 pounds. I lost 110 pounds. I was so weak I couldn't roll left or right by myself or sit up. And I said, I need to work out. And then he said no. And I said, I will literally jump out of this bed and low crawl. Really, not jump, no calves. I'd fall out of the bed and low crawl, which was a little dramatic because I had a power wheelchair sitting next to my bed. And he said, let me think about it. So he left, and I went ahead and called every half hour for 4 hours straight till finally he said he can go. Okay, fine, you can go. I went, oh, I won. He called ahead and said, don't let him do anything. Like, I laid on my stomach, heating pad on my back, pelvis pad under my pelvis to stretch my pelvis muscle out, or pelvic bone out, and I fell asleep 20 minutes. Best workout ever. I keep that regimen to this day. Nah, I do CrossFit. What? Check it out. See the pecs? Mary had a little lamb. Don't fall in love. I'm married. Doug. It's not going to happen, bro. So anyways, I saw Todd, I knew I could do it. So I had to start setting some goals. First goal that I set was I wanted to be able to feed myself. I was so tired of people putting food in my mouth, people helping me change my clothes, anything with bathroom stuff. I want to be able to do that myself. So 5 weeks in, I put my arm on for the very first time, practiced all day with it, got to take it home to the Fisher house where my parents were staying. I had this delicious lasagna. I dipped my fork in. I took a ginormous bite, chewed it up, looked at the camera, said, that's good. The camera shut off. I said, someone give me some milk. It's really burning my throat. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that. But I got the shot, and I was coming back. The next thing I wanted to do, who here has a boss that stands over them at their desk, and you're looking up at them the whole time? Anybody? It's a loaded question. Be careful. Because what happened to me was I was in a wheelchair, everybody's standing over me, and every time they breathe, they have a cliffhanger, and it comes out a little bit, and it comes back in. And they do it again, out, in, and then the third time, usually the third or fourth, it falls right off, and you're like, where'd it go? It's on me. I know that booger just hit me, and I'm not happy about it. So because of that, I had to get up again. And I wanted to walk, whatever. So 7 weeks and 4 days into my recovery, I went and took my very first steps. It was very painful. I was very weak. They said, you might walk one lap. The Military Advanced Training Center, which is the gym, is probably about 2/3 the size of this room. And I did 3 laps that day, so I was starting to come back. And, it was a pretty huge milestone for me. Very excited to be able to walk again. I went from 6'3" to 3'6", and then 5'5", and then I worked myself back up to 6 foot tall. Because apparently gravity is a real thing, and 6'3" would be a longer fall for me. But, anyways, I was walking. The next goal I really set was when Todd Nicely came to see me. I jumped ahead, sorry. The next goal I set, it's embarrassing, was that on my birthday, when I was with my brother-in-law, I told him I gotta make one more phone call, Josh. I called my guys back in Afghanistan. And because the personality that I had overseas was different than the unknowing, unsure person I was in the hospital, I couldn't let them see that side. So I called my guys in Afghanistan. I said, guys, I'm fine, I'm gonna make it, I'm doing great, keep your head in the fight, keep pushing forward, and I will see you when you get back from Afghanistan in August. I will be on my tall legs and I'll be standing there saluting and hug you guys when you guys get back. And then I worked very hard, got my tall legs so I could be, near the same height, which I had to work out for 3 hours that day to take home, but I took them home, drove 6 hours to North Carolina, and hugged my guys. The top left, that's a documentary reenactment. The bottom right is me hugging the medic, Daniel Bateson, that saved my life. I was able to meet that goal. Now, those are short term. Long term, when I met with Todd Nicely, he brought in 4 firefighters. And these 4 firefighters that came in said, hey, look, we're in New York City. We hold a 5K, Tunnel to the Towers 5K. We'd love to have you come be a part of it. I said, yeah, I'll walk it. I said, well, Travis, you haven't been to work out yet. Like, it's cool. Like, we'll just push you. I said, no, I'll walk it. They said, well, if you can, but if you can't, we'll still push you. Please come either way. I said, yeah, I'll be there. I'll walk it. So I strapped my legs on. I went to New York City, and I started to walk this 5K. And as I was, getting ready for it, I was kind of amped up, had a wheelchair behind me, thinking, okay, I can sit down whenever. I'm going through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. And I'm like, man, my legs are killing me. I literally rubbed my right leg completely raw. I was bleeding into my liner. My back was on fire. I'm sweating profusely. And I thought, I'm going to quit when I get out of this tunnel. I came out of the tunnel. There's 343 firefighters with 343 banners around their neck to represent the lives lost on 9/11 and with the first responders. And I thought, man, if these guys can go up and down these flights of stairs and finish, saving lives until they ultimately perished, I can finish this 1.2 miles. And I did. I finished it. I get on stage. Lieutenant Dan Band, you guys know who Gary Sinise is, right? We're friends. Anyway. So I get on stage, 20,000 people deep, right? Going nuts. Yeah! I'm feeling great. Other guys on the stage with me, and I get walking, and I'm getting all excited, looking out at them. I'm not looking where I'm going. There's a cord, and all of a sudden, 20,000 people, oh! Don't worry, though. Don't worry, because former Mayor Rudy Giuliani's bodyguard, Brian, 6'7", behemoth of a man, swoops in like a knight in shining armor and picks me up under the armpits, right? The crowd goes nuts. Yeah! He doesn't know how my legs work. Down I go. Oh! Don't worry. He's not deterred. This man's determined. Swoops in again, picks me up, thrusts a little harder, right? Fall again. The third time, he thrusts so hard, I'm like, hey, man, buy me dinner first. This is getting awkward. But that was a goal I set, and I could do it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you come to Maine, and you're on the roads, and you see this white F-250 It's got a leveling kit, bigger tires. I call it the compensator. You guys, some of you got that. Stay away from it. Not because I don't like you. It's because I'm an awful driver. Yeah, you know what it costs for me to get a license nowadays? $430. Sounds like highway robbery, right? $30, I failed. $400, I paid them off. Got my license. But I drive my truck. My legs have Bluetooth connectivity, so they lock to 25-degree angles, and I drive with like everybody else with the pedals. My van, it's like a rocket ship. No, it's not super fast. And inside, it's like a rocket ship because I have that little gray joystick on the bottom left picture is actually, the gray box is a joystick. I pull back 2 inches, and that's my throttle. That's my gas. I push forward, that's my brake. The button system, which is by the N on my shoe, the blue button, that's all my signals. Left turn, right turn, horn, dimmer switch, windshield wiper, washer, windows, and cruise control, all off that one button. And you guys wouldn't even know. Craig, click it. When I'm riding on the road, you guys have no idea how bad your life is in danger. I don't drive an F-250 because I really want to. It's because I'm protected. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I'm here, the reason that I'm sitting here in Dallas tonight is for you guys. Because you guys, whether you knew it or not, Mitsubishi has done some wonderful things for the Travis Mills Foundation. I'm going to tell you about it. All right? At Walter Reed, there were some wonderful 501c3s, some nonprofits that came in and did some great work. And my wife and I thought, you know what, with all these wonderful people, we should give back. So we started the Travis Mills Foundation. All we were going to do was send care packages overseas. But not like the tube socks and the baby powder and the shavers and the toothbrushes. No. We were doing peppered beef jerky, right? Not teriyaki, it's stuff junk. Orbit gum, peppermint, like Champions. Peanut butter M&Ms. Because I love them. And anything Hillshire Farms with cheese, beef, and Triscuits, peppered and olive oil. Get it right, cracked pepper at that. But anyways, we're just gonna send that, $3 to $5 grand a year, no fundraising, just all of us. Then I went to Colorado, and in Colorado, I went on top of this 9,000-foot mountain, Mount Crested Butte. And they said, hey, check this out. They put me in this 4-wheel bike. They strapped me in, cinched me in. They duct taped my prosthetic arms to the handlebars with skull head duct tape. Yeah. Yeah. They took a helmet and popped it on my head. Here you go. And then they said, the brakes are between your thighs. I don't have a Thigh Master machine. Those muscles aren't very strong. But I said, okay, now what? And they said, don't die. And they pushed me down a mountain. There were a few 200-foot drop-offs that I thought, you know what? I got such bad cramps. I'm going to take this one out. I'm just going to go for it. I lived through a bomb, right? But on that trip, I learned how to do things adaptively. I went mountain biking, kayaking, and canoeing. I'm actually a snowboarder, believe it or not. I'm not very good. I'm really tumbled down the mountain, but whatever. And I realized I could do things with my family. The only thing is that some of the families weren't able to go because the guys weren't injured enough, and we have to make sure that the service member gets this knowledge. So we started to brainstorm, and if people reached out and said, hey, look, we got a nonprofit. We want you to be the face of it, and we're going to have a mission where we bring up your friends and show them how to do things adaptively in their families. I said, okay, cool. So we brought some friends up. Now, from left to right, you got Josh Wetzel from Auburn, Alabama, double-leg amputee, and his hand's messed up a little bit. You got Andrew Smith from Chattanooga, Tennessee, in the blue shirt. You got the best-looking quadruple amputee you ever did see, Travis Mills. Nice to meet you. You got Taylor Morris from Iowa, another quadruple amputee, great friend of mine. And then you got a guy with a paper cut. He just showed up. Can I be in your picture? No. I'm an amputee. Shut up, Drew. No, I'm kidding. He's from Ohio. I don't respect him, but like all the good Ohioanians, he left. He's in Charlotte now. No, great guy. But we brought some families up and showed them how to do things adaptively. And once we saw that there was actually a mission for this and a cause, we decided to go a little further. But it got too big for the nonprofit doing it. And they said, we got to let this fizzle out. I'm like, what? I've been asking people to donate money to this, and I'm going to jump around to airplanes with the Governor of Maine's wife. Yeah, skydiving with her. So I was like, we can't let that. So we took it over for ourselves. So now what we do is we host veterans at the Travis Mills Foundation from all across the nation, and we did a grand opening this year. When we bought the place, it was a real fixer-upper, to say the least. The engineers, they're the greatest. Oh, this foundation, you can patch this. It's great. Cool, let me just buy this property. Hey, Trav, one quick thing. Foundation, you can't patch it. It's screwed. So we had to lift it up 15 feet in the air. Anyway, it's an 11,000 square foot facility in Maine on Long Pond. And what we do is we bring up veterans and their families that have been through combat injuries such as paralyzation or amputation or spinal, cord-related things, and show them how to do things adaptively. In the very beginning, when we did our very first, Mitsubishi got on board. They believed in our mission before we even had our real mission. They understood what we were doing. Then they came in. This is our facility now. It's a $3 million project that all the money that gets raised goes towards the project. I'm the president. The VP over here, Craig's in the room. Well, you guys met him, my father-in-law. My business manager who's on the board, Reese Norris, is here. 3 of the 7 board members are here tonight. We don't make a dollar off it. We'll never pay ourselves. It's all about giving back. So Wayfair jumped on board. They did some big donations. And Mitsubishi came in and helped us with all the heat pumps and everything in the rooms because I don't know if you guys can see me perspirating up here. I sweat a lot. All amputees do. We're always hot. We're never cold, but it's good that we have the heat and either way. But we bring families up and show them a great time. Click it for me, Craig. And these are the families that we're servicing, okay? We have 8 families per week. We did 7 weeks this year, and we just approved 4 more weeks of it. If you guys want to get on board or find out more, visit travismills.org. See what you got going on. Like I said, these are the families that we have that come up, 25 to 35 on average per week, and we're going to keep pushing forward and keep going. It was a great success this year. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. For my sweat, I thought he was going to punch me or something. I mean, I get it, you know. I'm just so dang handsome. You're jealous. Just joking. Thank you. All right, so that's the foundation. Visit travismills.org for any more of your Travis Mills needs. But click it, Craig. Let's have a little fun now. Let's talk about healthcare technology. Let's get this going a little bit. And check this out. First thing you see is my legs. My legs, you start off on short legs. Then you get tall legs, which are the ones over here with the green shoes. And those legs do nothing. Those legs right there, they don't bend. You walk like this. You're just taller. And you can't take those home until you can stand back up by yourself. So the therapist will walk up on one day, get very excited. This is their favorite day of recovery, they say. They say, trust fall, and they push you over. You're like, I'm not sure what leadership summit you went to, but a trust fall means you catch me. And they say, that's the catch. You got to pick yourself back up off the floor. Trust in yourself. Jerks. And then you go to these legs I'm wearing now. Ladies and gentlemen, these legs are top of the line. They're amazing. They're called X3s. There are a couple things about them. Every time I move, there's over 300 adjustments internally that get made to help me stay standing. They're microprocessors, so little computers. On top of that, they have the Bluetooth connectivity, so I lock my legs from walk mode with a button to 25-degree angles so I can drive. They have hydraulic brakes, so I can slow myself down when I go down hills and ramps, which is wonderful, because when I board all these planes, I can slow myself down, except for, when that lady gets crotchety, about 80 years old, is really rude in front of you, and you're like, oh, watch out, I can't stop, Ruth, and you take her out, and you know you did it on purpose, but she doesn't, and she's like, oh, my hip, and I'm like, you know what? Drink milk and be nice. And let's talk about the circle of life, ladies and gentlemen. How beautiful is it? These legs are waterproof, right? What's that mean? When I'm on my boat, skipping along the lake, and I fall in, and it's anywhere over 6 foot tall, or deep, tall, whatever, I'm only 6 foot, so it's like 6 foot deep, and I go to that bottom of that lake and I die, because I can't swim with these anchors, somebody's going to get these donated to them. How beautiful is that? Circle of life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the hand a little bit. Now, this hand on the screen is called a greifer. This hand is very, very important to me. I don't use it for anything. This is tucked away for a rainy day. That rainy day is when my daughter turns 16, because that hand closes 25 pounds of pressure, and then 35. Why is that important? Because when Johnny comes over, hey, bro. Oh, hey, Johnny. Crunch. Let me go. You pull him in close. You close it again, so it closes with 35 pounds of pressure. And he's like, ow, my hand really hurts. I'm like, hey, guess what? No fingerprints. Don't mess with me, bro. Well, how's this work? I need a volunteer. I've looked long and hard for a volunteer, and I'm going to think, is Mike in the room? I was hoping that Mike was in the room because he seems like a very intelligent. Oh, no. Where'd he go, Roger? Where's Mike? Mike, come on up here, sir. Come on, good looking. Can we give a round of applause for this good-looking fella? I told you I need a volunteer earlier. How are we doing? Hey, ow! Just kidding. Very soft hands for a man. Yeah. Feminine, actually. No, I'm kidding. Hop on this side for me, sir. Just so you know, Roger didn't put me up with it. I don't want you. Don't get mad at him. He totally told me to call you. I don't get it. No, I'm kidding. All right, so rumor has it you ride a lot of mopeds. So, No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, make a fist for me. Rev the engine on your moped. Rev the engine on your moped. Is that a Vespa? It's a wonderful bike.
Okay.
Turn this way for me, sir. Turn this way. I need your side profile. It's a wonderful side profile. So you feel that muscle right here.
Yep.
You make a fist and you rev the engine on your moped. Rev it. So rev it towards the ceiling. So you feel that muscle flex?
No.
You do too.
Oh, I
Quit
do.
playing.
Okay.
Quit playing. If he can't, you guys can all do your own. Everybody's got that muscle. So my arm goes to about right here, where my nose is at. So when I flex this muscle slow, rev the engine slow. They can't hear you. Rev it. Well, that's a lot of horsepower for a Vespa, but I do like it. So when I flex the muscle slow, it opens. Now flex it fast. Really rev the engine. Whoa, slow down, you're getting pulled over. That is speeding. But when I do that, when I flex it fast, it rotates. Now, drop your hand towards the ground. Make a fist, flex this muscle. No, make a fist. Rev your hand the other way. Drop it. Just a hand. No, put your fist. Just a fist. Drop the fist. Drop down towards the ground. Where's Craig? Craig, right here. You see that guy over there with his arm up? Yeah. Don't wave at him. No.
What do you want to do?
So watch. Flex. Rev the engine. No, you rev the engine up. Now rev the engine down. Nice. Feel that muscle right there?
Yeah.
So I go down slow and down fast. And that's how it works. It's how fast I twitch this muscle and this muscle.
Okay.
That's not really why you're up here. I could have done that without you. What you're really here for is because I hear that you like technology. Is that true?
That's absolutely.
All right. So at Walter Reed, they have the newest technology out. It's the dumbest stuff ever. Right, your congressman? Tell him stop wasting your money. Anyways. So I can open and close, I can turn it, I can stop it, and everything like that, right? All of muscle flexes. Well, they wanted to evolve and revolutionize, so they have voice-activated technology. It's the dumbest thing ever. So I'm supposed to say open, close, turn, and stop, right? Sounds great. Let's practice, right? Blue lights came on, right? So now open, close, turn, stop. Oh, I hate you sometimes. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Stop. Stop. Okay. Sounds great, right? What if you're at your mom and dad's house and you're holding an ice cream cone? Moose tracks, to be exact. We're talking fudge swirl, peanut butter cup, minis. And old Daisy walks up, that turd burglar, and he says, "Hey, Ma, open the fridge." You just dropped my ice cream cone. "I wish you were never born," is what I would say to him. Don't mess with my moose tracks. Or what if your father-in-law, Crispy Craig, comes in, hands you a cup of coffee? And it's French vanilla, because if you don't drink French vanilla coffee, what's the point in drinking coffee, okay? And all of a sudden he says, "Hey, Kels, close the door." It's a styrofoam cup, and I just crushed it. One, that day I was wearing white shorts. What's that mean? Looks like I pooped my pants. Another negative, my nether regions are on fire. The only positive, I smell like French vanilla. It's delightful. So everybody likes to try it. Go ahead, sir. Give it an open. I just said it. No, your hand's going to work great. I was just saying talk to mine.
Okay.
No, your hand's going to work great. Just give it talk to mine, like close. Like, no. No, you're doing good. Like, just command my hand to open and close.
Open.
A little bit louder.
Open.
It's baritone soprano bass, so maybe less feminine.
Open, please.
No, like just like sound masculine.
Open, please.
Try turn.
Open.
No, try turn. Like
Turn.
But like manly, like turn.
Turn, open.
Turn. One more time. You got this.
Turn.
Look, I want you to get this, so I need you to do it. Really, this is embarrassing. Watch. Open. You see how I did the command?
Got it.
Yeah, now you try it.
Open.
No, like. No, sir, you realize I've said open and turn every time, right? It's not voice activated. So that's the on-off switch. That's battery charge. I'm fully charged. Anyway, hey, thanks for playing. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. Now, every time I go and speak, I get somebody with that joke, to be honest with you. I got Peyton Manning one time, right? Peyton comes up. I'm like, hey, Peyton, open and close. And he's like, Omaha. No. That's cute, Peyton. No, it's open or closed. He's like, Omaha set. I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. And he was just like, your arm doesn't work right now. Peyton Manning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you being a good sports sir. I could talk to you outside. I figured you'd be a great candidate because I know you're loved by many. All. Roger, I won't tell him what you said. And then, everybody wonders, is this a facade? Is this something that he does because he gets paid to do it? Does he just say this stuff because it sounds good? And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not. I am a happy person. I am grateful to still be here. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you my outlook on life and how I keep pushing forward in life. The first thing is because I know the price of freedom. All right? Whether you have been in the service and lost friends or you have been in the regular civilian and lost people, I have too. On the screen, you're going to see Francis Gene Phillips IV, his wife Sophia, his daughter Sophia, and his wife Christine. Wonderful friends of mine. Frankie was a great guy. Third deployment over to Afghanistan, his Hummer hit an IED and everybody in the truck died. He didn't make it home to see his daughter and his wife. I don't tell you that to make you upset, angry, or sad. I tell you that because you know what? I'm still here. I have the ability to keep pushing forward, and I don't take it for granted. I think it'd be selfish if I just gave up on myself and I quit because I don't like my situation. On the other side of the screen is Brandon Goodine. Brandon Goodine was a 17-year-old kid in high school, got a girl pregnant, didn't know what to do about it, joined the military to take care of the baby and the baby's mom at 17. His first deployment, my third, a month and a half after I got hit, he was out there at 19 years old on a patrol, hit a bomb, triple amputee. Got him on the stretcher, got him stable enough to get to the helicopter. On the way to the helicopter, the front right guy, Stephen Leroy, hit another bomb. Stephen lost both legs, Brandon lost his life. His daughter was 7 months old, so she doesn't know her dad. She just knows stories and pictures. So I'm still here. I take my wife on dates. I take my daughter to school. My daughter and I have a great relationship. I took her to soccer on Saturday, then we went out to lunch, and things like that. We have a wonderful time, and I'm thankful to still be here and live in a nation that respects me and takes care of me. On top of that, let's not forget the doctors and nurses, the medics, the people that went into saving my life. All right? In Coronado, California, at a screening of my documentary, I was able to meet 6 of the 9 doctors, 4 of them there on stage. They kept emailing my team. My team's actually Reese and Katie. They're here tonight. And they kept saying, is he mad? Is he angry? Is he upset? Does he think this is a curse, not a blessing? And I broke down. I was talking to them all, and I broke down and said, look, guys, I appreciate what you did. You could have loosened one tourniquet, and within 2 minutes, I would have died. Instead, they stuck it out for 14 hours. The therapists at Walter Reed, the therapists at, the doctors and staff in Launchstool and Bagram and Kandahar, all went into making me better, and the nation that surrounded me and supported me, all the well wishes I got. For them, I'm going to keep pushing forward because I'm still here. I take a little bit extra time, right? Legs, then pants. Actually, shorts, and then whatever. It doesn't matter how I get dressed. You guys don't need to worry about that. But the point is, I'm thankful to be here. I drive, I feed myself, I take my daughter to school, see my wife, and have a very productive life because I know the price of what it could have been, and I'm grateful. Now, there's my mom hanging on to me, hammered drunk. God, she hates that joke. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was a documentary done. The creator of the documentary, Katie Norris, is actually in the building. She's my glam squad today. She's the one taking the pictures of me. I think. I don't know if she's at right now, but she did the documentary. The documentary is a 2014 GI Film Festival Award winner. I'm going to show the trailer to it. It's on Netflix now. They bought it for a 2-year run, so if you guys want to go home and check it out, you can type in Travis Soldier Story. It comes right up. And I'm going to show you the trailer quick, and then we'll get rolling. Craig?
We had a call that there was an IED threat in the area. We had to go check it out and see if there was one.
We went out there as normal. It was supposed to be a pretty quick mission. Just a couple hours in the village right next to our strong point and back.
We were setting the gun in place. Fessy went first, swept the bank.
He went up and down, cleared it. He got about 20 feet away from me. I said, okay. I took my bag off and set it down, and when I set it down,
Honestly, the first thing that kicked into my mind was, this is not real. This is fake.
I remember actually while we were working on him, one of the things he said was, I just want to be able to hold my little girl again.
you love your daddy.
Told him I'm getting out of here in 10 months. He kept saying, why? You know, what's your big rush? I said, hey, Doc, look behind you. I had pictures of me and my wife and my daughter. I have a family. Like, I live in a hospital bed. Get me out of here.
Yeah, him with Chloe, you know, she doesn't care that her dad doesn't have arms and legs. It's her dad. So it's all she knows. It's all she knows of him. So to her, nothing was lost, the way I see it.
Seeing him stand up for the first time, I could feel so much joy from him. That was like a turning point for us.
I don't understand how he does it.
I think he's meant to lead and help people. You know, he faces obstacles and he doesn't let anything stop him.
I believe God's got a plan for all of us. And after seeing Travis in action, the word bravery has more meaning to me now than it ever has.
All right, so like I said, available on Netflix. It's an hour-long documentary. It was done by Photolanthropy, and the lady that saw the vision and created it and created this that you're seeing on stage, Katie Norris, is in the room. If you guys have any questions for her. And so is Reese Norris, my business manager, and Craig, if you guys want my business card afterwards. But the reason this was created, and the reason that I was able to do, click it, Craig, the book, Tough as They Come, was because at Walter Reed, I was an upbeat, outgoing, happy guy. I had everything to live for, nothing that I thought, you know, nothing to lose except, you know, my family, so I might as well get better. They're going to be on my side. So the book was written, or wrote, or whatever. I'm not ready, whatever. And the book was done. Marcus wrote it. I just told him what to write, so whatever. But the book was done because, you know what? I thought that my story could help people. I thought that I could pass along my inspiration. At Walter Reed, I was the mayor of Building 62, they called me. I would go room to room, meet all the guys. It started off with the therapists and doctors saying, hey, Travis, I can't tell you the guy's name, but he's upstairs, and he's in, you know, a room. He's not in 41, and he's not in 43. But if you can find him, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not a Marine. I can find that. Love, you know, because Marines are dumb, if you guys didn't get what I was saying, like dumb. But anyways, I would, yeah. But I would go to their room and I would meet them and hang out and have a good time and tell them, hey, look, life goes on. The same message Todd Nicely gave to me. So I met about 120 people. So that's why the book was done and the documentary was done, because my outlook on life and my upbeat attitude and letting people know that life does go on, to never give up and to never quit. Now, there's a couple life lessons I've learned. The first thing, don't dwell on the past. I can't change what happened. Nothing that I do thinking about the past is going to change the fact I have no arms and legs. So I might as well reminisce the past and keep pushing forward. Next thing is, you know what? I can't always control my situation, but I can always control my attitude. So when I'm having a rough day or I'm mad and upset, I just think about it. You know what? I can't change anything in this situation except my attitude. Now, the book was done. I'm very proud of it. The author's note's the most important part to me. The first thing it states, I didn't do anything special, okay? I had a bad day at work. I didn't serve any more than anybody else. So if you served any branch of service, obviously I'm just joking up here. I respect it. Thank you for your service, and I appreciate it. On top of that, if you're a Vietnam vet or you have a Vietnam vet in your family, tell them thanks for me and welcome home. They made sure that we got the welcome home that they didn't, because they knew what it was like to come into a hostile nation. And they made sure that we got the thanks that they deserve. So I appreciate if you're a Vietnam vet, or if you have a loved one that's a Vietnam vet, pass along my regards. Absolutely. Now, the next thing in the author's note says, you know what? I don't think my problems are any more than anybody else's. I get it. You guys can look at me, and physically I have some challenges probably. But I don't think my problems outweigh anybody else's. So if you're going through something, don't think that I'm up here saying, your problem's nothing. It is something. And I don't, downgrade what you're going through. So if my story has helped you or can help somebody that you know, please pass it along. If you guys want to get on your phones and get on Facebook, type in SSG Travis Mills. Help me out. Do it. Spread it. Help me, grow my likes and my shares and be more popular, because I'm awesome and humble. But I appreciate it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I usually do a Q&A. I know we don't have time for that, so I'm just going to say a couple things that people usually ask. One, where's your right arm at? Afghanistan. If you guys would listen. No. I don't wear my right arm because my body overheats real bad. My wife wanted to move to Texas. She's from Maine originally. And I said, look, we can go to Michigan, where I'm from. And she said, no. I said, well, let's go to Michigan. She said, let's go to Maine. And I said, let's go to Michigan. And she took my arm off and she hit me with it. Stop hitting yourself, is what she said. And then, But I didn't live in Texas and Dallas because my body overheats so bad. When your heart beats, goes to your fingers and toes, comes back cooled down. When your heat releases from your body, it's head, hands, and feet. So I'm missing 4 of the 5. And then 2/3 of my body is capped off with impenetrable layers. So that's why I live in Maine and I don't live in Texas, where my wife was from when she was 11 years old on. On top of that, people wonder, well, actually I just tell people, I am dressed up for this event. I know you guys probably see polo and shorts. Look closer, long sleeve, button up, take the legs off, these are pants. And lastly, so in the hallway, you guys know, don't be embarrassed to ask me anything. Say whatever you feel like, and let's have a conversation. I don't talk politics. I'll say great question, next question, mostly. And more importantly, so you guys have something lasting to take this away. Oh, before I get this, Craig, raise your hand. Reese, raise your hand. If you guys look around, Reese, where you at? Norris? Reese Norris, where you at? If he left, I'm going to punch him so hard. Stand up, Reese. Stand up, Reese. So if you guys have questions that you guys don't got time to talk to me, see Reese, see Craig, or Katie. Where's Katie? She's wearing all black. She's a phenomenal photographer. Anyway, see them, my team. So here's what I'll leave you with. The last thing you guys can take home, the nugget of truth. Still got it. Still works. And I've been saying it for 2 years, but there's proof. 7 weeks ago, we had a little boy, and we named him after my medics. His name's Dax. Thank you, guys. You've been great. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you outside.